सोऽयहार्यं न च राज्यहार्यं न भातृभाज्यं न च बाधिकारी वैकृते वर्तते नित्यं विद्याधनं सर्वधनं प्रधानं विद्याधनं सर्वधनं प्रधानम्.
So, shortest day has already gone, right? Today is longer than yesterday. Today is 7th of Pous 2076, 23rd December 2019. And Christmas fever is also increasing. Days are being colder and Christmas fever is being harder. Tomorrow there is Christmas Eve, and next day there is Christmas. And in Anupam, presentation fever is going on. Yesterday, 3 students presented, right? Today, they are going to present on the topic chemical reaction. Mind mapping is already done. They have already done it. So without wasting time, let's welcome the presentators. Will stand up. Let's see. Okay, Rudu Kesi. Asa Simkhada. Sujit Yadav. And Sujit Bek. So I hope today's presentation will be more marvelous and memorable than yesterday's one. Let's see how they will do.
Namaskar and good evening to you all. It's me, Asif Simhara. Today I am here for the presentation of the topic of chemical reaction. There are various changes in the nature. Those changes are classified into temporary chains and permanent chains. They are also known as primary chains and chemical chains. Temporary chains, the chains in which chemical properties of the substance are not destroyed and no new substance is formed is called physical chains. For example, rusting of iron is called physical chains. Chemical chains, the chains in which new substances are formed and chemical properties are destroyed is called chemical chains. For example, ripening of fruits and chains of milk into curd, they are chemical chains. Chemical reaction. Chemical reaction is a chemical chains in which chemical reaction is the chemical chains by the addition, decomposition or displacement of molecules or atoms of matter into new substance. Chemical reactions are expressed by chemical equation. Chemical equation is a symbolic representation of the actual chemical reaction in terms of symbols and formulae. For example, zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. I am writing that in my report. Zinc plus sulfuric acid becomes zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. Its formula equation is Zn plus H2SO4 becomes Zn SO4 plus okay. For chemical equation of zinc plus sulfuric acid and zinc sulfate to hydrogen is Zn plus H2SO4, it becomes Zn-SO4 plus H2. In this, these are the reactants and these are the products. Reactants are the chemical substance which undergoes the chemical reaction, and products are the chemical substance which are formed after reaction of reactants. Reactants are always written in left hand side. Reactants and products are separated by arrow. There are 4 types of chemical reactions. They are combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, and acid-base reaction. Thank you.
And I'm going to explain about combination reaction. Combination reaction, when a single compound is formed by the direct combination or two more than 2 reactions called combination reaction. For example, when iron combined with oxygen to form an iron oxide, 2Fe, Fe plus CO2 gives 2Fe2O3. And I'm going to explain about decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction. When a single compound or a substance is decomposed into two simple molecules in the form of product during chemical reaction called decomposition reaction, it is usually used in photograph. And I'm going to say example decomposition reaction. When a lead oxide is heated and decomposed into the lead and oxygen, 2FePBO heat gives 2PbO plus O2. Thank you and have a good day.
Good day everyone. Today I am here to present on the topic chemical reaction, and my question to describe is displacement reaction. The chemical reaction in which an atom or group of atom in a molecule is replaced by the atom or another atom or group of atom is called displacement reaction. It is also called substitution or replacement reaction. It is 2 types. They are single displacement and double displacement reaction. Single displacement reaction. In this reaction, an atom in a molecule is replaced by another atom forming end products. For example, when zinc with dilute sulfuric acid and hydrogen gas, then hydrogen gas is eliminated and zinc sulfate is formed. For example, and the chemical equation of that is zinc plus sulfuric acid. It gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. And another example, when zinc react with copper sulfate solution, copper is obtained along with the solution of zinc sulfate. And the chemical reaction of that is Zn plus CuSO4. It gives ZnSO4 plus Cu. Now, double displacement reaction. The reaction in which two or more compounds react together to form another compound by mutual sharing of their ions is called double displacement reaction. When a solution, for example, when a solution of silver nitrate is treated with a solution of sodium chloride, a white precipitate of silver chloride is formed, and the chemical reaction of that AgNO3 plus NaCl, it gives AgCl plus NaNO3. Another example of double displacement reaction is when a solution of mercury chloride is treated with a solution of potassium iodide, a precipitate of mercury iodide is formed, and the chemical reaction of it is Hc plus Cl2 plus 2Kl, it gives 2KCl plus HgL2. Now acid-base reaction. An acid-base reaction is a reaction in which the characteristic properties of both of them are destroyed or neutralized to give salt and water. Such reaction is also called acid-base reaction or neutralization reaction. In this reaction, acid plus base gives salt and plus HCl, it gives NaCl plus H2O. Another example, when sulfuric acid reacts with calcium oxide, the reaction gives calcium sulfate and water. H2SO4 plus CaO gives CaSO4 plus H2O. Thank you.
Dina and I'm here to explain you about the condition required in chemical reaction. As my friend Asa, Ruzo and Vishnu taught you about the types of the chemical reaction equations and each type. Now I would like to explain you about the conditions which are required in chemical reaction. If we need to know about the chemical reaction, many people may have raised the question why chemical reaction are needed. As to know about the condition, why condition of the chemical reaction will establish. As in industry, chemical reaction, many products are formed due through the different processes which are required to be known carefully by the person who is going to make the products, and know about the process which need to be put in that chemical reaction, so that there won't be any causes of explosion or damage in the product's formation. As we know that chemical reaction takes place in various rate. As one in chemical reaction, it takes place very fast or it takes place very slowly. To know some chemical, I will give you one example of the chemical which react very fast. There are some chemical equations which reacts as soon as the reactants are mixed together. For example, when sodium is react with water, when sodium reacts with water, it gives hydrogen and sodium hydroxide. As you can see that I have written the balance equation of the reaction which I have told you about. Now I would like to give you one example of the reaction which take very slowly. For example, those chemical reactions which take very slowly, they sometimes won't be they can be seen by our eyes, or we won't know about when it takes place. Like you can see that irons are all over around us, and we may not notice that when they rust in during the times until we see through our eyes. Now there are some points which are used in the rate of the chemical reaction. To tell you about that, I would like to explain you about the rate of the chemical reaction. As you can see here, take an example that here is one element and another element which reacts together. If, for example, when two or more reactants reacts together like this, if these two reactants has less concentration, which gives less concentration, then you can see in result that if there is a product which is formed due to these two reactions, then you can find that the concentration between them are more than it was in reactants. It means that if there is less concentration in the reactants, then we can get more concentration in products. It means that if whenever we put the less concentration in the product, then we can get fast result. We can get fast result of these products. Now I have shown here that the points which are needed for the condition required for the rate of the chemical change. Here is surface area, catalyst, pressure, and heat and light. People may think that why these things are written in here, because heat is energy which we need in our life, and light and catalyst, pressure, these are around us. But why this is required in this chemical reaction? Why it is essential or something like that? To know about that, I will explain you about in first surface area. What do you think that the point which is written here, surface area? Who can tell me what do you think when it is written here, surface area? Do you think that it is related with math? Yeah, maybe. But according to its condition, it has told that in book that if there are any substance or the reactants which are used in that chemical reaction, if they are in powdery substance, not in solid like stone, but in powdery substance like the sulfur, flour, yeah, flour means pito, yeah. If it is used, yeah, anything you like which are in powdery substance, you can know every person are familiar about the powdery substance. So if powdery substance are used in this software to get more result fast, then it will be easier to get. It is easier to get the products more faster. Yes, if there is if the surface area for two or more reactants are small, then the resulting
The time now is 16 o'clock.
very slow time, and which can consume the time of the person who is going to take out some chemical reaction. But if some reactants are used which have large surface area, then the result can be produced faster than that we have used in solid form. And you can see that I have given example like here is written that when large size zinc is treated with dilute hydrochloric acid, they react together rapidly and form hydrogen gas and zinc chloride. As it is according, the reaction has already shown that it is shown that when there is larger surface, then there is faster product formation. Now going to the catalyst. Who can tell me what is catalyst?
Catalyst is the chemical change. Substance which changes the rate of reaction.
Can you someone tell me properly that I can listen it nicely?
Catalyst is the chemical substance that changes the rate of chemical reaction. Some catalyst increases, some decreases.
Yes, as she has shown that it is related to the speed of the rate. It is to speed of the rate means if this catalyst the process in which it function or application using a catalyst either increase the rate of the chemical reaction or decrease the rate of chemical reaction. And one of his examples are given here with balance equation. Now going to the pressure. Yes, pressure is also one of the important elements or something like which is needed in condition desired in chemical reaction. As if here is pressure of when more pressure is applied to the reactants, then the products will be produced in a faster motion. And heat and light heat also is used in chemical reaction for its faster and proper reaction. Yes, thank you.
I am describing catalyst. Catalyst is the chemical substance which changes the rate of chemical reaction itself without undergoing the permanent change during the chemical reaction. The process of changing the rate of chemical reaction by the use of catalyst is called catalysis. There are two types of catalysts. They are positive catalyst and negative catalyst. Those catalysts which increases the rate of chemical reaction is called positive catalyst. Manganese dioxide acts as positive catalyst during the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Act as positive catalyst during the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. That's 2O2. It becomes 2H2 plus 2. This is the reaction in which positive catalyst manganese dioxide is used. and the catalyst which decreases the rate of chemical reaction is called negative catalyst. Glycerin acts as a negative catalyst during the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen gas. I will write there. 2H2O2 by using glycerin, it becomes 2H2O. This is the chemical reaction in which negative catalyst glycerin is used. Characteristics of catalyst. Catalyst remain unchanged during the chemical reaction in its mass and composition of chemical. Small quantity of catalyst is required, and catalyst changes the rate of chemical reaction. Now I am describing exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. The reaction in which heat is absorbed from the surrounding is called endothermic reaction. The compound which is formed by absorbing heat from the surrounding is called endothermic compound. For example, CaCO3 plus heat, it becomes CaO plus CO2. Next example is here. N2 plus O2 plus heat, it becomes 2NO. Exothermic reaction. The chemical reaction in which heat is released is called exothermic reaction. The compound which are formed and which releases heat to the surrounding is called exothermic reaction. For example, C plus O2, it gives CO2 plus heat, and 2S2 becomes 2S2O plus, and it releases heat. Thank you.
So, students, they are making their teaching practice more effective one. Yes or no? Then here you have to learn how to balance the chemical reaction. Balancing means number of atoms in left hand side and right hand side should be equal, right? So those things, if they remember, definitely they will do much better. And how many days are left for our booster examination? 2 more days, right? Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So during booster examination, we will not continue this activity because you need to study for the particular subject, and our booster exam will finish on 18th. Afterwards, again we will give out, we will continue. So what is the next topic after chemical reaction? Acid, base and salt. So who are the presentators for tomorrow? Please come here. Come quickly. Who are they? Pooja. Pooja first is coming. Come. Pooja. Next. Oh, okay. Pooja, Swastika. Come this side. Next, Sarvesh Lamsal and Akriti Khadga. So you can discuss about the subject matter, divide it, and give your best presentation. Is that clear? Right? So when we complete this teaching practice, then afterwards we will start another program. What is that? Question answer program. So some students will be chosen for studying the chapters very carefully. Others also will be asked to study, and those who are that side, they will ask the questions and they will give the answers. And when their turn is over, this side they will ask the questions and you have to give the answer. There will be such attack time. What is it called? Attack. Question and answers attack time. Questions are very easy. Answers also should be very easy to deserve better grades. Okay, thank you.